Over 24 lakh students applied, over 23.5 lakh students actually wrote the NEET exam, and all their lives, their futures hang in the balance as the apex court decides this critical question of what to do with the 2024 NEET exam. That's the big question. Today was day one of the hearing when a whole host of applicants, a whole batch of applications are pending before the top court. They impressed upon the apex court their respective concerns. The Supreme Court has very many questions before it. Was there a leak? How widespread was this leak? Have the beneficiaries of these leaks been identified, arrested, and taken action against? What measures are being taken for addressing these leaks, potential leaks in the future, and how is the NTA and the CBI going about this entire exercise? So a number of these questions is what the apex court is confronting. We'll try to answer some of these questions on the back of the hearing that lasted about 2 hours this afternoon. The hearing began at 2 p.m. and importantly, the apex court clarified that it will begin hearing the batch of petitioners who are seeking a cancellation of the exam altogether. As to why are they seeking cancellation? Well, number one, they point out that normally the previous years have seen that the number of students scoring the maximum marks, which is 100%, is just about 1 or 2. This year, there appears to be a total aberration, a total anomaly. 67 students securing the top mark, 100%, 720 out of 720. This, the petitioners say, is evidence of how there was leakage of the examination papers. Further, the petitioners have also cited how there was a press release that was seemingly issued by the Bihar police, which point out that in fact there was indeed a leak in Patna. There is action that is needed to be taken, that the question paper was leaked 24 hours prior to the May 5th date of examination. And now on the back of all of this, the apex court has come out and formalized at least a prima facie position. The Supreme Court is saying that, look, there is no going back. There indeed has been a paper leak. There are no two ways about it. In fact, at one point also reprimanding the NDA as well as the center, saying that let's not involve ourselves in self-denial. Let's be very clear. There is a leak. The only question that now needs to be answered is how widespread was this leak? And these are two important questions that the apex court has put across. The Supreme Court said that as far as cancellation is concerned, given that it will affect 23 lakh citizens, 23 lakh students, it is important to bear in mind two questions, clarity on two questions asked for by the apex court. The first is, how widespread was the leak? Did the leak happen only hours before the examination, or was the question paper out in the open for a longer period? Did this leak happen on social media? Essentially asking for clarity, how widespread was this leak? The second question that the apex court has sought clarity on is that the beneficiaries of this fraudulent activity, have they been identified? Have they been charged? Because if they have, then that makes for a limited case of only a smaller retest. It's only in a situation where the beneficiaries are not identified and there is a widespread leak, there's a systemic leak, is when a cancellation is warranted. So on the back of this, key questions that the NTA as well as the CBI now need to answer. The NTA needs to answer how the examination paper was drafted, deployed across as many as 4,700 centers. What are the modalities being used for currently investigating the situation? Is there a need for an expert committee? The CBI has been asked to come back with a status report on the investigation that it has undertaken, and also clarity being sought from the center whether modern diagnostics can be used to in fact figure out from these numbers available whether there are any fraudulent cases which need to be acted against. So a whole host of queries that the apex court putting across to the center, hoping for answers by Wednesday evening. The reason being Thursday, that's July 11th, later this week, is when the apex court will resume hearing in this case and hopefully give more clarity.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV18 on all of our digital platforms.